Today, Precarious plays
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
But I'm the fucking dungeon master. But I keep being like, there's a house. And you're like, we're gonna walk past it. There's a well. We're gonna walk past it. There's a child in the well. Push him in.
No, we're not that mean. Why can we only have... Why only 5 game? Game why 5? Why 5 game? Game. Tell me why 5. Let's start now. Game would only let me bring 5. I don't know why only 5.
Why 5? Why 5 game?
Hmm.
Ooh, what's that?
Lamia. I believe is the pronunciation.
So it's just a different species?
It is a serpent lady.
Uh-huh.
And because I guess they didn't pass like the Hotness bar exam like the Vieira, they are considered monsters and we slay them.
Oh, they look cute.
Well, maybe they're not friendly.
Well, bunnies can be really awful too. I would rather fight a non-venomous snake than a rabbit any day.
Oh no, these are, oh, God. Oh good. So whenever you break a crystal, the laws actually get stronger. So you see there are 2 now. I'm pretty sure that broadswords are the 2-handed ones. So I don't think that any of my characters have to be concerned, and my characters don't know prayer. I need to start checking that more dutifully. Otherwise it's going to come back to bite me in the bum. What was I saying? What was I saying?
You were talking about how they didn't pass the Hotness bar exam or whatever, and I suggested that I would rather...
Oh, I was just going to double down on the... They probably just... They're not sexy enough.
Yeah.
I'm worried that this is going to count as a broadsword head. Let me...
They're like land mermaids. What are you talking about?
This is a one-handed blade. Okay.
Right?
Well, no, I mean, everything is sort of smoothed over in this game. So, even being able to discern, like, the scales on the side of her face...
Yeah.
Probably means that if this creature were to be more fully realized, if you were to take the sort of, like, cartoony, the anime sheen off, it would probably be pretty grisly.
I guess.
Like the... Was it... Well... Anytime a property has done, like, scary mermaids...
Yeah, like the Harry Potter mermaids from the movies.
Yeah.
Were you also thinking about the Harry Potter mermaids from the movies? They're real creepy. It's great.
I think that they were probably the ones. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna try to do. Maybe stupid. Maybe a waste of time. Don't have the blue magic list memorized. And I don't have one handy right now, so I'm going to try to control the creatures throughout this battle, and I'm going to then try to have them use Poison Frog on New Kid. Lucky New Kid. So I like blue magic, and I like having New Kid learn blue magic for a couple of different reasons, and one of them is a personal revenge.
I was gonna say, is it because you don't like New Kid?
Well, look, there's an important reason where it does feel like it's something that his character would probably learn. You know, it does make sense because it is an ability that in a different Final Fantasy, it's the kind of thing that's basically reserved for like a main character, you know?
Yeah.
Learning abilities from others, from enemies. Because that kind of ability, it might make sense for like a reoccurring villain. But it's a stretch.
Like in Samurai Legend Musashi?
Well, no, because your enemies don't learn, well, do they? You don't have an enemy that absorbs abilities from Musashi.
No, I meant the other way around. The main character gets abilities from enemies.
Yes. Then yes. But I'm saying that it doesn't... It's not usually a suitable ability for an adversary to the player.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a pretty high fatality rate. The enemy that faces the player. What with that whole not being able to quick save thing.
Yeah, we do sort of always end
them
up
up with a totema.
that has to be just. It is nice to be able to always live in the version of reality where your character succeeds because you can restart.
Yeah. Anytime you give that kind of power to, dang, fighter, why are you in the way? Okay, I'm just gonna turn around then. Anytime you give that kind of ability to an NPC or a villain in particular, you get Undertale.
Yeah.
We laugh about it now, but it wasn't so...
No, that game made me cry hard.
Yeah, it wasn't so funny when it was happening.
That's how I know it was a good game, because it had some sadness to deliver, and I caught it. I caught it with both hands in my face and got knocked out. Like...
I wonder if I can block the stairs if I do this. Hold on, I'm gonna at least pretend like this sort of thing matters. We should always turn invisible and then move.
Yes. This is best practices. We want to do this even if it is not necessary in a specific case. Speaking about best practices, I found a really nice repository of internet design knowledge for HTML and CSS made by one of my favorite humans.
Would you like to tell me more on the subject?
No, not really.
Are you certain? Because I'm giving you leeway to do as much.
Well...
Oh, I did the thing.
I really like... I have a crush.
Mm-hmm.
I have a crush on Jessica Heish.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a nice lady who is smart and does pretty things.
Yes, and from what I understand, offers an amazing certificate.
Yes, she does. You can find it if you ever need to feel awarded. I bet Bale can put the link in the description. But she is a beautiful lady, and she and I believe either a co-worker or husband companion or male bestie of some kind put together this really clear and clean explanation of HTML and CSS with videos and like just calm, sensible explanation that is also not grating to look at. It's wonderful.
This is what happens whenever I don't remember the blue magic list.
Yeah.
And it's time to experiment.
Oh, she gave you a little heart, and you said that. Oh God.
Oh darn! New kid he can't learn that blue magic. That's not a blue magic spell. Oh, I'm sorry, new kid. That's so sucky for you to be turned into a frog and also be poisoned.
You know what I almost said? I was like, and you thought they didn't pass the hotness bar exam. And then I'm like, oh no, that's fail. That's a failure. That's a deal breaker right there.
This is a pass-fail system.
Oh, poor dear.
It's a hard fail.
Poor dear, she turns all of her lovers into...
poison frogs.
Yeah, and that's not attractive. Well. Oh well.
Not with the kind of attitude you seem to be displaying.
Alright, well...
Oh wait, that's perfect. Can
I
get
am
up to
my
them?
own being.
Oh, if only I can get over to them in time. I may be able to capture that one.
And besides, even if you thought frogs were lovely,
Or
a poisoned frog,
Yeah.
that would probably be a little much.
That's too far.
Yeah.
That's into unfriendly territory.
That's a meal, not a partner. Oh my gosh. New Kid is like Raven right now. He's like...
Happy Gem Frog. Let me see if I can't go 3 for 3. Ooh, do it. Oh.
It'd be cool if we could convince New Kid that he did break all the crystals and now he's a frog because of it, because that's the only way he can return to the new world. That would be excellent. I do have to say, I wasn't really feeling all of the characters and the characters that you've put together. Mm-hmm. Until maybe about this moment.
How's that?
Because I'm like rejoicing.
You can do it, New Kid!
Yum.
1 damage. Please don't do anything too tricksy. I want to capture you. I want to try to use the hunt. Okay, that was fine.
I think it's... What do you call that moment when you, like, finally fall into the world of whatever you're playing, reading, watching, enjoying, etc.?
The event horizon. No, that was...
No, I think
that's not true.
I think I'm searching for suspension of disbelief. Maybe? That doesn't seem completely...
I don't know that I've heard a...
Like a singular...
a bit of jargon to define it.
Yeah.
But suspension of disbelief is sort of like a...
Accepting a fictional world on its own terms, at least.
While there is room for, like, a gradient of belief.
Yeah.
Like, you can have 1 foot on board a concept.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that you can also... You can, like, set a minimum and treat it as, like, a toggle, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I have suspended enough of my belief.
Yeah.
To be okay with this scenario.
But that's not exactly what I'm talking about. Ah, gosh. These abstract topics are just befuddling and flurfy. I'm gonna continue to say that word until it's in Merriam-Webster's problems. Merriam-Webster's problem list.
Oh, you know what would be really cool?
Getting into the dictionary, on a planet I'm not even from, yeah.
Slaying that lamia with Frog New Kid, because he can still do 1 damage. No, I'm gonna capture it. Forget it. Mm-hmm. New Kid, you just sit there and think about what you've done.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I am at this point falling into this world.
I think
I'm thinking about it in a different way.
I'm pretty sure that Final Fantasy Tactics, the original Final Fantasy Tactics, it's available much more broadly. Like, it's more widely available than I realized.
Oh yeah?
So I'm hoping that we might be able to find a way to play it on the show sometime after we've concluded this one. Ooh. I've sort of put myself in a scenario where it would be difficult to lose. Well, I might lose New Kid, but who cares, right? I put myself in a scenario where it's difficult for me to lose, but I haven't achieved my personal goal yet. So I don't quite know what to do.
Here's a question. How can you stand to play this game knowing that you are playing from the perspective of somebody that you vehemently disagree with over the course of the game?
Well, for one, it's because there's enough content here that is just focused on the mechanics.
That you can kind of ignore the fact that New Kid's a douche.
And
He's a big stupid douche.
Yeah, and I can play the game.
Uh-huh.
And I can ignore the narrative for long stretches.
Mm-hmm. A good thing they deliver some characterization through the mechanics, huh?
There's also the fact that the resolution of the story, I don't think that what happens by the end is necessary, and I think that it's unlikely that everyone ends so amicably. Amicably.
Uh-huh.
Is that the word?
I think so. Friendlyly.
Yeah, friendlyly. That's why I was trying to use the proper word.
I think it is amicably. I think so. Because amic is amigo, which is for friend from the Latin or something. I don't know.
I worry that I'm...
Amicable is friendly.
Amicably.
So, amicably. It makes sense. If it's wrong, it's because...
Words are weird.
Yes.
I'm worried I'm accidentally dropping a syllable. Because it's not a word I have to use very often, because fuck friends!
One more plug for the word flirty. So do you just choose to disbelieve the ending?
Well, no, everything... I do believe the ending. Everything winds up being okay, in a sense, even though I doubt that would actually be the case. So I just say, like, okay, yeah, fine, everything... No one's feelings are hurt. Somehow. So no one's feelings are hurt.
So by the time we get to the close, you're okay, but the whole time you're playing this game, you basically ignore new kids, and then enjoy that gameplay and the characterization that comes from it.
But part of the reason is I like I said before, I do respect new kids' tenacity. I just don't agree with his personal quest.
Yeah.
I think that he is a very determined person that tragically is fighting for a really dumb thing. In this case, it's to continue his meager existence as a poison frog.
Look at him, his little tongue is all bleh.
He's getting sleepy.
Poor baby.
Oh, darn.
Oh,
Well, looks like he might survive, after all.
I don't know, it kind of gets a little bit fun to beat up on the character, too.
This is a waste. This is a total waste, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Totema!
Do it!
Come now!
What did you do? What is happening?
Summoned God.
Oh, he looks so cool!
I can't remember if this one is HP damage or MP damage. I'm pretty sure it's HP damage. Maybe those are magic draining lasers. Oh. There we go. So you can use that. It hits all enemies on the field, but it takes up all of your JP.
And I don't think that those snake people were really people. It looks like they revert back to snakes, so maybe they're charmed snakes.
Oh my god. I always looked at that as like a severed
snake piece.
Yeah, but no, you're totally right. That was like a closed...
Because when enemies go down on the field,
That was like a closed eye, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was like a sleepy snake. Thank you for opening my eyes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay. I learned a thing.
We have like a 10-minute episode.
Oh, if only they could wield spears.